Hi, my name is Mark Woolbright, and I'm an inventor. And for the most part, I work with living building systems, and namely retaining wall systems. 20 years ago, I patented a line of plantable retaining wall blocks, and over a period of time, we manufactured and distributed and installed in excess of 3 million square feet. So we've got a lot of experience. I personally have amassed a lot of experience in terms of what works and what doesn't work, what we've tried in a laboratory setting, testing, what we've tried in a field setting. We've tried plant material, different growth media, all sorts of things you can think of to try and make these verifiably successful. And it begs the question, what is it you get when you buy a living wall? I can come to you and I can show you a pretty picture of a grown over living wall, and you can say, wow, I really like that. I want that on my project. Okay, that's great, and that's what we want you to do. But it's our job, and it's become increasingly more our job, to understand what it takes to get a living retaining wall system green fast and grow over quickly and then stay that way and maintain itself. And that's a question that's going to have to be answered by anybody that's working in this particular field. So I want to answer that question from my perspective and tell you where we're going with regard to that question. What do you get when you buy a living wall? Well, you get plants. It's not about the wood wall structure. It's not about the concrete wall structure or a wire wall structure or plastic in terms of cellular confinement. I can't even say it very well. There's all sorts of ways to make a wall available to growth of plants. But the thing that's most important, what I've found anyway, is volume of soil. If you don't have something good for the plant to put down roots and thrive in, it's just not going to work over the long haul. You can get it green pretty fast in the short term, you can fertilize the heck out of it, and it'll grow, but then as soon as the conditions get pretty harsh, there's just not enough material there in terms of soil or growth media to sustain the plant material long term. It's a lot like the living roof business. When you sell a living wall, it's got to get green and stay that way. And it's got to achieve the owner's expectation, or you really didn't buy what you thought you were buying. Well, a green roof is the same way, and the green roof business has been struggling with this for a while. You can plant lots of things on a roof, but not everything's going to live up there. And what's going to live might not be what you really want or give you the benefits that you had intended. So both of these niches, living roofs, living walls, have been grappling with these questions. And I can tell you that my latest invention, my latest patent filings is on a system called SmartSlope. It's right here. This is a SmartSlope block. It's my buddy. You know, what we did with SmartSlope was we started off from the very beginning to create a system that would be very durable and would be a very efficient way to hold growth media, soil, blended media, what have you, in a sufficient volume at the face of the wall so that you could plant just about anything that you wanted in there, anything that made sense for the project and the microclimate, and it would flourish. It would take root quickly, it would get very healthy, it would have aggressive top growth, and the roots would have enough soil mass to sustain themselves through hot times, cold times, wet, dry. And so our goal was to make a very good cultural setting for the growth of plant material. Now, having done this for 20 years with my previous block, it had a much smaller fill receiving pocket than this one does. The SmartSlope system has a very large pocket. In fact, you look at the face, and it's solid concrete, but the face is relatively thin and the side rail supports are relatively thin as well. So from the plant's perspective, it's sitting in just a wall of soil. It doesn't really even know that the block is there. The block even has a hole in the bottom so that roots can go through there, and the rear end of the block is open and unbounded, and so roots can move back into the retained soil mass. You can also get nutrient and moisture transfer back and forth from the face into the backfill, from the backfill out to the face, and those are necessary things for success in a living wall. So, you know, any company, in my opinion, that's going to offer a living wall system, they've got to offer a culturally correct way to hold the right soil material in the right volume out at the face of that wall system at whatever angle of inclination it's going to be. This happens to have variable inclination. Its natural steepest is 70 degrees. It can be set back with preset spacers to 60 degrees and then again to 50 degrees. And anywhere in there, we've got a pocket that's large enough to plant up to 1 gallon woody vegetation, if that's what the designer wanted. Or we can plant things similar to a green roof, like sedum from cell packs, or vines, or native perennials and wildflowers. There's a whole host of things that can be planted, and the soil volume we're holding verifiably, quantifiably, at the face of that system is large enough to support all that. We've got a real good history with my former product. I've got 20 years working with this. This one here already is giving us much better data and numbers and performance than my old system did after 20 years. Now, the second thing that a company is going to have is not only a product that's going to hold a lot of soil and be good growth culture for the plant, but they also have to have a corporate structure and a mission that allows them to make their main focus keeping it green. So once somebody has bought the system, they don't care about the block. Okay, I like the block, but nobody else needs to like it as much as I do. What happens afterwards is the block becomes inconsequential. It's a means to an end. It's how you get a verifiably vibrant and healthy living retaining wall system, living structural retaining wall. But beyond that, our company, SmartSlope LLC, comes out of the green roof business. Our partner company, which is Furbish Company LLC, they're very dominant and very well known in the green roof industry. And one of the ways that they've made their way is by making sure that their roofs grow out quickly, cover up, and stay that way. They've got a green roof maintenance program that involves regular reporting structure, regular site visits, and analysis, and reports are written for the owner and for the internal company, for the designer and specifier as well. And so the Furbish Company folks on the green roof division are able to track exactly how that roof is going and what needs to be done to it to keep it healthy. Well, we've applied those same types of principles to the SmartSlope. And so after an owner selects SmartSlope and it's built and planted and the plants start to flourish, we're coming back. It's on our maintenance schedule and we're photographing it, we're documenting it. We're creating miniature case studies of it that go out to all invested parties. And so we take a long-term view of these systems. And so we know that if we're in the living wall business, they better grow in quickly with the right vegetation, and they better stay that way. And so we're going to do our part to make that happen. Now that's probably the big backer of all this. This product could probably be sold really well by somebody that was good at selling stuff. But are they good at selling living systems, and are they prepared with their price structure and their business mission statement to stick with it to make sure that it becomes self-sustaining years down the road? That's what we're doing different, and that's what you can count on when you buy a SmartSlope module. It's the company behind the module, not just the module. Thank you.